Hello and welcome to the Community Voice. I'm Fara Sax. We're going green with Patricia Kyle and Grace Gonzalez. They are from Galloway Farm Nursery. For more than 40 years, this family-owned South Florida favorite has transformed homes into tropical escapes with orchids, native plants, butterfly gardens, and inspired landscapes throughout South Florida. Today, we're going to talk about the power of green spaces. I'm surrounded by green here, gardening, and how nature brings communities together. I want to thank you both for coming today.
Thank you.
We want to thank you, too.
Oh, yes.
I feel so good being in this space right now. You created something that just, we can breathe now. I just feel more relaxed.
I like that you're excited about what we're doing.
I do. I love gardening. I love nature. I love plants. And I love what you're doing because you bring a community together, not only by being in our community for over 40 years, but teaching, educating, and really coming together within the community. So thank you so much.
It's so important for people to know about plants. It's the evolution of humans. Imagine. That's where medicine comes from, plants. So how cool is it to have the knowledge and the power still?
And these young people that I have working for me, they're educating me also, because a lot of these plants are new to us. They're, just coming into our environment.
So where did this vision come from to create a nursery and really be a staple for our community? You have a great location. You're on Galloway between Sunset and Kendall, and you really serve the community in so many ways. So how did nursery come to top of mind? Tell me a little bit about yourself, Patricia.
Well, I started a business. I went to college. I went to Miami-Dade and then University of Miami, and I studied landscape to be an architect. And then I met somebody in the class there, and he talked about, servicing plants and things like that. So I opened up a business and was called the Plant Lady of Pinecrest. So a lot of people in Pinecrest know me, and that's how I got started. And then I met my husband, who worked for an old company called Sinclair Nursery, and he saw me, I saw him, and that was it.
It was a garden made in heaven.
That was it. He had the same interests that I had. But I have wonderful employees. They're in their 20s mostly. Mm-hmm. But I have two employees that are over 20 years. One of them is 25 years that's been with me. And they're all like family. I have Christmas at my house for them. On Saturday we share lunch together. So it's a wonderful environment.
And what is gardening and landscaping in South Florida unique for where you are compared to other parts of our community? What makes it different?
Well, basically,
that's only a loaded question, right?
No, that's great. No. So we live in an environment here in Miami, Florida, where it is very tropical. We are blessed with so many different fruit trees and different native plants that really provide for the environment. So I think it's really, really important for us to not just have grass in our backyards. We need trees. We need things that will sustain us. And I think knowledge is power when it comes to the trees and the fruits. So it's so important for people to be educated and to keep learning about different plants in Miami, Florida.
Talk a little bit about, you brought up sustainability. What does that mean, and how does that affect our community and those that might be watching us today?
So now I'm obsessed at the fact that a lot of HOAs now are promoting native planting. It's mandatory. If you're going to cut a tree down, you're going to replace it with something native. Mm-hmm. Also, our Miami-Dade County is amazing for creating underneath the Metro Rail. There's a thing called the U-line, and everything underneath the U-line is native. And it's great because it's a lot less stressful to worry about. It's kind of like you plant it and it does its own thing because it's native here. It doesn't have to worry about, how much water am I getting? It's kind of like, you're going to your old neighborhoods and you're living in your old neighborhoods happy. So these plants, not only are they good for the environment, but also good for all of the birds and the butterflies that are also native here. Imagine in the future, if we get away from native plants, we won't have those native birds. We won't have the butterflies that they have been here for forever. So I'm glad that we're kind of doing a 360 and we're getting back to the native roots of Florida, which is great.
So you brought up butterflies.
Yes, butterflies.
So this is, I don't think you could see it at this moment, but
This is our tropical milkweed. So it's one of the most standard plants for the monarch butterfly. But believe it or not, there's a couple other varieties if you want to pull up the giant milkweed.
okay, I guess I'm Carol Merrill right now. Like, let's make a deal behind door number 4.
So a lot of people go to the tropical milkweed, which is great. But the giant milkweed is a lot more sustainable because it gets massive. At Galloway Farm Nursery, you'll see that we have a almost 15 to 20-year-old giant milkweed tree in the front. It's almost touching the power lines. It's that big. And the amount of butterflies that you see constantly coming to lay on there, it's just amazing.
Tell her about the gentleman who brings 20
Oh yeah,
caterpillars to us.
We've got a guy that comes in because he's got his own farm of butterflies in his backyard, and he just donates monarch caterpillars to us all the time, which is great.
And speaking of little caterpillars, I don't know if you can see this, but we have one baby. We got life. You brought 3 little creatures in there.
Yep.
Isn't that one little plant?
Isn't that amazing?
Talk about what happens. Talk about evolution for kids that are watching, because I know as a kid, and I know my grandkids, they love bugs. They love everything in nature and butterflies. So talk a little bit about the uniqueness of these plants. What happens?
What's really cool that I love about the monarchs is kind of like sea turtles. You know how sea turtles remember what beach they were born? Monarchs remember what plant they were from. When pregnant monarchs are ready to lay, they are craving, almost like a hormonal craving, to see, oh, is this the tropical milk? No, I want the giant milkweed because I was born on the giant milkweed. So it's always good to have a giant and a tropical milkweed in your backyard so that the monarchs have a place to lay, regardless of anything else.
So these two go together. They're
Yep,
in synchronicity,
hand in hand.
simpatica.
Exactly.
And the flowers are so beautiful. How long do these plants last? I mean, I try to grow. I don't know what other people have done, but they eat so much, and I couldn't keep up with it.
You told her how old ours is. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the giant milkweed lasts a lot longer just because it gets giant. It turns into a tree. The tropical milkweed, it will last long as you cut it. Anything that has the word weed in it really likes to get cut, kind of like a weed does. And the more times you cut it, the more new shoots will shoot out. You kind of want to cut from 2 inches to the bottom of the base of the plant in order to promote new growth.
So it's not really it didn't really die. It's going through.
But people can drive past our nursery, and this tree, the giant milkweed, is right at the fence. You can see it just from the street in your car. That's how big it is.
What an education for you, and having you said the younger generation and that education.
I love it.
And talk about how that is passed on to the customers when they come visit the nursery.
Well, especially this one. She's new to us. But
I think she likes you a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I love her. She's the best lady I've ever met in my whole life.
But person will ask her a question. And I mean, there's an answer. And she go on and she takes them around. But I have a couple of other employees too that are so knowledgeable. Some of them overpass me because some of these things I'm hearing for the first time. So it's really a great surrounding for all of us.
What's important for customers right now? What are they looking for? What questions are you asked?
Well, more and more people, believe it or not, are asking for native plants because you don't have to take care of them. You don't have to water them as much. You hardly ever have to fertilize them. We don't fertilize them. And you see on US 1 where they're planting all native plants, which I'd love to see.
We're so excited about that.
We really are.
Just brought a native section to Galloway Farm Nursery.
So talk to me. Talk about some of those plants. What are their names?
So, oh my goodness, you would think that there isn't many, but there is so many native plants.
So
it's endless.
What does it mean to be a native plant? Something that's
born here in South Miami.
A native Miamian.
Exactly. And a lot of the natives. Not only are they from Miami.
I like that. We could use that.
Well, as long as you credit me, I'm okay.
Okay.
A lot of the natives, they're all in Florida. So it could be North Florida, South Florida. As long as they're from Florida, that's considered a native. But a lot of enthusiasts that are native enthusiasts, they really like the South Floridian natives. So that way there's no worry about anything.
Pull out your parsley and your dill.
Oh, yes.
People don't understand, but herbs are a great a tractor.
Oh yes. So not only
What?
is the giant milkweed and the tropical milkweed a host plant for the monarch butterfly, we have different plants in the nursery that are host plants for other types of butterflies.
So a host being like a supporter.
A host is where the moms lay their eggs.
So they lay their eggs.
So this is the black swallowtail butterfly that lays her eggs on parsley, fennel, dill, and I believe rue also.
Yeah, rue.
Rue. We didn't bring any rue today.
No,
but
it was big.
Do they eat this?
So the babies do. So the moms look for this plant. They lay all their little eggs. The eggs are always going to be little yellow dots on the plant.
Most
And
people don't know about the herbs.
know.
They don't
It's-
know about it.
But these herbs, are they edible?
they're edible for humans and also for the black swallowtail butterfly.
But you have to clean them. If I would buy this in the store, could there be little eggs in there that might have happened?
If it's in Publix, most likely not. But
I
if
don't
it's
think
in an open space like Galloway Farm Nursery, you could go home with some eggs on there. So you just have to keep a lookout for any little yellow dots that look kind of like little seed pods. And sure enough, you'll be seeing some caterpillars very shortly after. So it's the eastern black swallowtail.
What happened to the porterweed?
We have it
That is
here.
that's the plant that you say you have in your yard.
Yeah, that when it got cold, it
But that's the fritillary
Another native
caterpillar, another
butterfly.
native.
beautiful. They're beautiful and they
Yes.
grow and they're just lovely.
They just flutter.
They do. They're really fun. What do you think is the most important responsibility for local growers, local nurseries as yourself? What is the responsibility for us as a community?
Well, when we get a milkweed, from down in Homestead, he doesn't spray with an herbicide or chemical, and so that's what we're more interested in. So when they come in, we wash them down. We were using a detergent for a while, but then they warned us against that.
Yeah.
You remember not to do that. So now we just, because you don't know if somebody's not telling you the truth or not. So we're real careful about what we bring in.
I think the most important part, honestly, is educating our customers that come in. If I'm talking to somebody and there's, let's just say, purslane right next to us, it's a plant. It has omega-3s in it, more omega-3s than salmon does, which is crazy because salmon is being farm-raised now. So we kind of want to get away from the farm-raised fish and kind of go to what's in our own backyard. Purslane is native.
And it's very interesting because you did say that plants are medicine.
Oh, definitely.
So it goes without saying. So this plant, the plant that you're referring to, do we have it here?
We don't have it here
We're
today.
in a butterfly mode right today.
Oh, definitely. Butterfly mode today. But purslane is also really good. And so I like to, whoever I'm speaking to, if it's about something else and it's in my area, knowledge is power. And the more knowledge people have, the more interest they have in plants. And they might be coming in for one little thing, but then they realize, there's a world out here I did not know. And I like to bring them into that world.
And I at the top of the show, I said, it's a very Zen moment.
It is.
It's a very Zen moment to be in space with these plants just sitting with us. During COVID, during times of war, did you find that business has changed, that when people were home and having to deal with their own being inside for a while, what was that like for the nursery?
It was sad, of course. People were in COVID, but they really were looking to being grounded. In times of stress, you just want to unplug and recharge. And plants are the number one thing that will do that for you. So a lot
did
of
you see an
people actually-
increase? Did you see an increase in your business?
Yes, but people were staying home. But, then we had friends, too, that got neuropathy from the COVID. And we had friends that knew of friends that passed away. But a lot of people don't realize how many people passed away from COVID. And it was a sad time.
Very sad.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that a lot of people started getting into the plants.
That's what I'm saying.
and
is-
self-sustainability.
and also just giving them something to do, a purpose to take care of something.
When you see them coming in the nursery and they're looking at a plant and doing this to the husband, and isn't that beautiful? And it's they love it.
You're very, very successful in creating not just a traditional store, but really providing an ambiance for those that haven't been to the location. Describe it a little bit, what you want people to feel or experience, what you offered, the kinds of plants and
Well, it's getting more and
experience.
more difficult because of the traffic. And then I'm surrounded by medical buildings across the street where Norman Brothers was. They would bring us a lot of business.
Definitely.
And then they were going to build an assisted living facility, but now I think that fell through. I didn't think people wanted to live there, so now it's going to be another medical building. So I'm alone,
Yeah.
but
Sadly.
it's like a paradise for some people when they come in.
Oh yeah, it's you pull in and it's like an ethereal feeling of just being in an enchanted place with plants and knowledgeable people that are working there to educate you and eye open you on the world.
And they're
It's a different
very
perspective.
very educated, because if you say I have something needs a lot of light, I need something that's
We're basically like scientists.
yeah, they are, and they give
It's
you the right
great.
information, and the plants are just wonderful.
Oh, it's great.
Tell her about the thing that they fill out. That they tell you about your experience in there and whether the prices were good and things like that, and how many we get.
Oh yeah. We have a lot of people filling out these applications that it's basically we're weeding through people that love plants, but we need people that are enthusiastic and very driven about plants, because our coworkers, we challenge each other on our knowledge because we want to be the best at the plants. And plants are evolutionary, so we're constantly growing our minds and our information. Just now I learned with one of my other scientist coworkers about rue. It's an oh my goodness, it's a long word, but basically it's when your muscles have spasms. If you eat rue, it helps with like nerve spasms and stuff like that.
It's antispasmodic.
And it's a host plant for the eastern black swallowtail. So you not only have a host plant, but you have something that's medicinal in your backyard and grows pretty big.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about it once it gets going.
What advice would you give to beginners that want to start in planting? Let's
Baby steps.
talk about that.
Baby steps, learn one plant at a time, and don't be too ambitious. Don't get too many at the same time. Work on what calls to you. I always tell people when you're there, the plants kind of speak to you and draw you into it. And that's where you start. And then after that, once you've mastered that one, go on to the next one and just be ambitious about it. And don't be afraid if something dies. That's a learning lesson. You're learning what you did that was incorrect.
Yes, and talk a little bit about the landscape, that you also provide landscape design and installation services.
Now we did do that, but we no longer do that. So we
have a guy that
we
so
help.
he used to work with our company and then he did his own landscaping. So now we have him kind of outsource the landscaping so that
I
way
keep his cards.
exactly.
my
Just in
desk.
case someone needs it.
Exactly.
And
But I'm a designer too, so if someone needs help in placement, it's a really good way to upsell also. I have the vision. It's kind of like
we have a little design that we show people too, with different areas of your front door, how you should, put a tall plant in your shrubbery and things like that, and they can look at that and get an idea from that.
the number one thing is, this space, is it full sun or is it half sun? Is it shade? That's the number one thing. Sun or no sun. Then you can gauge it from there.
And water.
Yeah, and water. Definitely. But sun is the most important because with a lot of things with flowers, you need sun in order to produce the flowers and fruit. And yeah.
What else do you want to talk about that we might not have covered that is important for an audience to know about the farm? It's not really a farm. It's a nursery farm.
People ask us about that. Yeah.
Well, we're making little improvements to upgrade and make it beautiful. Little by little, we are making changes, like our native section that is now
And someone
super
next
beautiful.
to me also started a little butterfly garden.
Yep,
That
we did.
So that
We've had a butterfly
We put all
section.
the different plants together, even the herbs, and so we want
invite the butterflies.
Yeah, to make
We
a
want it
butterfly
to be
garden.
magical when you're in our space to see all the things that you can do for your space.
Want something interesting for people to look at. And also, we have a koi pond, and people love to take a look at that. We also have 2 parrots,
Yeah,
and people love to come in to see the 2 parrots.
And you have a lot of cats.
yeah,
5.
yeah.
And you're doing some work within the community. June 6th is a big date for you.
Yes, the Audubon Society it's been very enthusiastic about our place. And June 6th, they're putting a big banner, our sign there, and they're also going to sell our ladybugs. We sell live ladybugs. We keep them in the refrigerator at the nursery, but they come from California, and we sell so many ladybugs. They eat the little aphids on your plants.
A very natural way
for
for pesticide.
No
Instead of
pesticide.
spraying any poisons, you just put ladybugs.
That's a very, very popular thing with us.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's awesome.
So
Any other events coming up or special occasions?
the summertime is hard,
I
during
think
the
it's very
season.
busy in summertime already with the spring and the summer and people wanting to get out there and garden. I think we're going to just be focusing
No,
on.
I'm talking about events. This is the only one I really know about.
Yeah.
Do you work with any of the schools?
We are thinking about working with some schools and doing some, field trips around the nursery and just educating the kids because the kids are the future. So if they can get a good footing in on nature and
Palmetto
and appreciation.
Elementary came in. They called me up and said, "Can we come in?" And I said, "Of course." And
So we're going to be doing some
that's
things in
happening
the work.
more and more.
It's in the works,
Yeah,
definitely.
which is good for the young people.
Anything else that you want the audience to know that we haven't covered today?
Oh my!
Don't look at me. This is your time. Hey.
You are unbelievable.
Well,
Hey.
And what do you, or even what you see as a future for the Galloway? What do you see?
Sure.
so we're probably going to start doing some events in the future, but I think the nursery has to get a couple more upgrades here and there, and then we can maybe start doing some plant bingos, some bonsai classes, some educational classes on natives and butterfly gardens, things like that. So it's coming.
And how many varieties do you have on location?
How many varieties?
Varieties of anything, of all things.
Oh my goodness, it's endless.
All kinds of gravels and rocks and fertilizers and natural pesticides.
Yeah, and exotic plants, variegated plants. Very
orchids.
Oh, yes, orchids. Yeah.
So this is a great place to come. It's a great destination. You can come, bring your family, walk around, and
It's a beautiful atmosphere.
it's a great atmosphere. You feel it, and I'm feeling it here. Just really relaxed. So I want to thank you for educating our audience, educating me. This has been wonderful. And just to remind you, it's Galloway Farm Nursery, and they are at 7790 Southwest 87th Avenue. Their phone number is 305-274-7472. And you can visit them on the website. They have everything there for all your needs. And to get started, gallowayfarm.com. Thank you both, Grace, Patricia, for joining me today. And I want to thank you for joining me. I'm Fara Sax. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Have a great day.